Ever since SummerSlam and the grand betrayal of Jimmy Uso towards his twin brother Jey and all the steps, every single segment that we've seen since then, WWE fans, the IWC has been just screaming out loud that the Bloodline storyline might have hit one of the biggest icebergs ever. The Bloodline storyline is completely done with and it's going in the wrong direction. But here's the thing. Here's my theory. The reason people tend to pinpoint Sami Zayn being in the Bloodline storyline is because at that point, the Bloodline was at full force. That was the most entertaining time for that story. And on top of that, Roman Reigns appeared maybe every single week, every other week, every 2 weeks. He made constant appearances on WWE TV. And frankly, we haven't seen the Tribal Chief on SmackDown or any WWE programming since about a week or two after SummerSlam. So this whole breakup of the Usos and them going their separate ways with main event Jey Uso heading to Monday Night Raw and Jimmy Uso staying on SmackDown, and the fact of the matter is, they're going in completely opposite directions, but leading to the exact same destination, which is going to be WrestleMania. I think there is no doubt in anybody's mind that WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia, it's going to be Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso one-on-one on the grandest stage of them all. Whether it be night 1, night 2, it doesn't matter, but that is where the WWE is going. But fans are trying to really call out WWE on the fact that Jimmy Uso, his storyline decisions, his character progression currently on WWE TV doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. And number one, first and foremost, I don't know why WWE fans expect characters and storylines to be completely logical when real life human beings aren't completely logical 100% of the time. That's just a given. That's just incredible. That's just ludicrous to me that people think that way about scripted television, whether it be sports entertainment, whether it be movies and TV shows. I mean, come on, nobody's logical 100% of the time. There's plenty of human beings out there that make stupid, rash decisions. So that's number one. Number two, WWE is currently making a point to keep the Usos apart, but like I said, they're heading in opposite directions towards the same goal, which is the match between the Usos at WrestleMania. And the story is, Jey Uso is the babyface. He quits SmackDown. He quits the Bloodline. He abandons his brother Jimmy Uso because he was betrayed, which is a babyface move. And then Cody Rhodes brings him back to Monday Night Raw. And now Jey Uso, being the babyface that he is, has to confront a Drew McIntyre. He has to confront Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He has to confront the Judgment Day. And who knows who else more. Of all the enemies that he made during his time as a part of the Bloodline as the right-hand man. But he's going to keep doing it because he is the babyface. Now you see on the other side of the spectrum, SmackDown, Jimmy Uso tried that about a week in. He's going his own way. He doesn't want to be a part of the Bloodline. He doesn't like how Roman Reigns treated him. Well, guess what? He's made enemies on that SmackDown locker room too, and they at that point they knew Jimmy Uso is out of the Bloodline. There's nobody protecting him. He's got a target on his back. So what does Jimmy Uso do? He's the heel. He's the bad guy. And what do bad guys do? What do bad characters do? They're hypocrites. They're cowards. I think it's perfectly logical that he would look at the SmackDown locker room, look at the giant target on his back, mainly right now with AJ Styles, but there's plenty of more coming towards him if he stays on it by himself. He thinks to himself, okay, I'm back in the Bloodline. I want the protection of my family. Solo Sikoa is my younger brother. Roman Reigns, I still have issues with Roman Reigns. I still think Jimmy Uso has issues with Roman Reigns, but he understands that it's better to be in the Bloodline than out of it. So he's trying to get back in the good graces of the Tribal Chief. And Paul Heyman, being the wise man that he is telling him, you screwed up. You betrayed the Tribal Chief. You did help him at SummerSlam, but the Tribal Chief has not put you back in, the way Paul Heyman says it, the Bloodline. Now, again, these are two completely logical storyline progressions from my point of view, especially if you're trying to shed light to the fact that both of the brothers are heading in completely opposite directions before we make them clash against each other at WrestleMania. Again, first and foremost, all I'm trying to say is wrestling fans, TV show fans, movie fans, doesn't matter. If you're watching any type of scripted entertainment, don't expect characters and storylines to be completely logical 100% of their time or for anything to make complete sense to you. Because again, human beings, real life, we don't make the most logical decisions every single time. As a matter of fact, most of the time we make stupid decisions. It doesn't justify it, but it's just the reality of things. And scripted TV entertainment should reflect reality of what we live in real life, to a certain extent, of course. But with that said, that's my reasoning as far as where Jimmy Uso's character is being taken, where Jey Uso's character is being taken on Monday nights. You might have a different point. I know you do. Because most fans, like I said, most of the IWC is not happy with Jimmy Uso's storytelling and character progression. But again, like, he's entertaining on TV. That's pretty much all that matters as far as entertainment is concerned. So with that said, tune in later on tonight to Fox for another episode of SmackDown. Tune in later on tonight to TNT for another episode of Rampage. And then we got Collision tomorrow night as well. So with that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.